just a second, but first, Saturday night, Klay Thompson, 3 of his 27. Watch the Warrior bench go bananas.
I mean, this was a full-on celebration by about midway point through the second quarter. Look
at my man posing. What's my man with the large face?
Oh, Zaza.
Yeah, big
large
head.
face.
Yeah, there you go. I was like,
my man with the large face. Zaza Pachulia.
He was posing.
Yeah,
he was posing. He hadn't made a three-pointer his whole. Look at him.
Warriors got their swagger back, man.
Game 1 of the Rockets-Jazz series, Clint Capella. Nice dunk right there over Rudy Gobert.
Skinny guy with a big face. Skinny guy, Capella.
This is what watching these games are like with CC. For the non-marquee players. He absolutely knows who he's talking about, but it's physical descriptions. So it's Capella, the skinny young guy. I know who you're talking about, Clint Capella. He dunked over the skinny older guy from France in Rudy Gobert. They need Gobert to be better in game 2 to have any shot.
Same game, Donovan Mitchell. Little hezzy crossover on James Harden. A nice little layup to finish it off.
I mean, Donovan Mitchell right now, this moment today, forget projection. He's one of the 20 best basketball players alive.
And the more we watch him play, the more he shows us. We knew he had the jumper, right? Breaking the rookie record as far as three-pointers. Now we see him going to the hole. Okay, he can elevate. Oh, he's finishing at the hole with his right or his left hand.
Now, at the rim, do you see the D-Wade stuff I was talking about from a young D-Wade? The craftiness at the rim and the athleticism. He's got a better jump shot than D-Wade ever had, but that at the rim, that's what it reminds me of.
Play a game. We'll call it drawing a blank. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to say something, leave it blank, you fill in the answer. Rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft took place on Friday. Nick Chubb, Mike Gesicki, Darius Geis made some buzz going off the board early. So, CC, the most intriguing pick Friday was blank.
I'm going with Darius Geis, the LSU running back. But there was rumors about him, what happened at the combine, did he have some type of altercation? But he is a physical freak. He runs the ball. He's been in the SEC at LSU, understands the running game. I believe he's a lot better receiver than Fournette coming out of college. If you look at the number of games, he had over 200 yards in a short period of time. In that NFC East with Washington, I believe he's going to put up big, big numbers. A first-round talent, a top 20 talent, slips to, I think, 52.
And, as you would say, CC, a little spicy. Might yell at somebody in an interview.
Absolutely.
Might get into it with some folks. I like guys. I'm going to go with Christian Kirk. Wide receiver and excellent special teamer out of Texas A&M to Arizona. This is a guy who in his 3 years of college football scored 33 touchdowns, 7 of those in the return game, 26 as a receiver. You have him along with Larry Fitzgerald, along with Josh Rosen, along with David Johnson, a dynamic running back coming back from an injury. But that's an interesting team to me. Christian Kirk was a threat to take it 60 yards every time he touched the football at Texas A&M. He's the most intriguing day 2 pick for me.
All right, the draft continued on Saturday with rounds 4 through 7. Among the notable picks on day 3, the Giants took quarterback Kyle Walletta in the 4th round. But, Nick, the most intriguing pickup on Saturday was blank.
A guy that would have been, forget a day 3 pick, forget a day 2 pick, would have been a day 1 pick if not for injuries. Josh Sweat. D-end, D-lineman out of Florida State, was the #1 player in the country coming out of high school. Multiple knee injuries at Florida State, to where people question how long he can play football, so it hurt him in the draft. But going to Philly, where they're not, oh, hey, guess what? Be great at one thing. We're going to put you in very specific situations, only use you when your speed can be an asset and you'll be fresh all the time. It's a great fit for a player with as much raw, natural talent as just about anybody in this draft class.
Yeah, most intriguing player for me is Antonio Callaway. He's a guy that if you're a football fan, you don't know much about him. He's a wide receiver from Florida, drafted by the Browns. They also have Josh Gordon there. I believe Josh, as far as what he's experienced, will be able to help Callaway. Suspended for the 2017 season. He's been suspended multiple times, had some substance abuse off the field. As a freshman, though, averaged 19 yards. Got blazing speed, big-time playmaking ability. There is no wide receiver in this draft that has more talent than Antonio.
And John Dorsey showed you in his time in Kansas City. He is not afraid to take chances on guys with checkered histories.
All right, a total of 13 quarterbacks were selected in the draft, including 5 in the 1st round. CC, the quarterback who will start the earliest is blank.
Right here in New York City, Sam Darnold. he's going to take over the New York Jets because I believe that is the best way for him to be successful. Josh McCown, he's not going to give up a fight. I told you guys last week, I believe this is the best situation from a who's the starter, who's the older guy, to who's going to take over. What Josh is going to do, he's been known as a great teammate, takes care of himself, knows the playbook. I'm sure that Josh understands what's going to happen, and Sam Darnold, to me, is the first of this great group of quarterbacks to step on the field.
I like that answer. I'm going to say Josh Allen because of the other quarterbacks that Buffalo has. A.J. McCarron. What makes anyone think A.J. McCarron's a starter in the NFL?
He thinks he is.
A.J.
Nathan Peterman. We know.
Buffalo told him they was going to have the chance.
Right.
Peterburger.
Yeah.
Who's that?
So listen, Josh Allen is the quarterback I'm most skeptical of all the ones drafted, but I think because of who's in that quarterback room, I don't see a guy standing out. Buffalo wants to give their fans something to attach themselves to of a year of hope. When they move on, they make the playoffs, and they're like, you know what, we don't like this team. We're getting rid of the quarterback. We're moving on. So I bet you, I think Josh Allen, no matter how raw, could start week 1. I don't think Darnold will start week 1, so I'm saying Josh Allen.
All right, and finally, the Giants took Saquon Barkley with the 2nd overall pick. A lot of people think he was the best player in the draft, but what about all the guys that went a little later? Nick, the best steal of the draft was blank.
Josh Rosen. This was a guy that could have gone number 3 to the New York Giants. In fact, the New York Jets, pardon me. In fact, I think that if at 1, Sam Darnold went like a lot of people thought, then Josh Rosen would have gone number 3. He slid all the way to 10. Arizona was able to move up to get him. I think Josh Rosen was the steal of the draft.
If a quarterback was not going to be taken with the first pick, there's only a couple players, that being Barkley, the best offensive player, and Bradley Chubb, the best defensive player. I believe Chubb going to Denver with Von Miller and the type of rush that they can put on people, I believe at number 5, he was the biggest steal. You're talking about a franchise centerpiece. If you can't get the quarterback, you got to get a guy who can get after the quarterback, and that's what the Broncos got.
Guy's huge. All right, coming up, the real star of the NFL draft might have been a 43-year-old kicker. We'll show you why next on First Things First.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit